listeners of Birmingham or all around the world. It's your girl LaQuisha, aka Q, and I'm here with my first podcast episode. I'm super excited, super pumped. I've been sleeping on myself for way too long. I'm a walking ball of talent. For the ones who know me personally, know. For the ones who don't know, you're about to witness the many faces of Q. And on this episode, we are going to talk about all things Q and what led me to start stepping out on faith. Cause in Birmingham, Alabama, born and raised on Rose Street is where I spend most of my days. I'm sorry, y'all, I couldn't resist. But I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm from Rose Street, little town in Tarrant called Ketona. I was raised in this house. Not really raised in this house, but I was basically at this house every day with all of my cousins. We spent summers together on this little dead-end street. We attended a church right in the back side of this house. So everything we pretty much had in this community was family. And I actually had the opportunity to grow up with some strong-minded, independent, driven women. My grandmother led this pack. She had a huge impact on my life, but when she passed back in November of last year, it really tore my world upside down. I remember just being in the hospital the last couple of days when she was on life support, and they were just telling us, you know, she may not come back from this stroke. One of the nights that I stayed with her, I actually was sitting there thinking like, damn, is this really how I'm gonna envision her just laying up in the hospital bed when just a couple of days ago we celebrated her birthday, like she was just in good spirits. But I was kind of glad she did get to see everybody though. But I'm just laying here, I'm like, dang, I didn't accomplish anything that I thought I would have accomplished while she was here on earth. I'm sure she was proud of me and just proud of the journey and the woman that I became, but it was so many other things beyond that. By us growing up in this house, I really thought that I could have been the person that go beyond what people would have thought would have come off of 84 Rose Street. Like, I wanted to get married. I wanted to see her to be able to walk me down the aisle, purchase my first home, so many other things. But I feel like I didn't, or I failed her at these moments of just seeing her lay there. She wasn't able to see some of the things that I wanted to accomplish. But it didn't hit me until the day where they were talking about taking her off the respirator that this is actually the end of the road for her. And when I thought about like the end of the road, it got my mind just thinking like, am I at a point in my life where if I was to die today, will I be happy and satisfied with the life that I'm living? And to answer that, no. Because the world is so big, but when you come from a family that's only based off of surviving, nothing else comes from that. It's like, okay, I wake up and I do a 9 to 5. Is that the only thing that I'm supposed to be doing with my life? And I really feel like all the 94 years of my grandmother living, the prayer of just wanting us to be able to wake up every day, have a roof over our head, go to work, come home, that could not have been the life that she wanted us to have. Maybe it was, but I just have that energy and ball in me to pretty much just want more. And even with me just wanting more out of life, I feel like I am my biggest critic when it comes to things that I'm capable of doing, wondering if people would like what I have to say, like what I'm trying to sell, acceptance, pretty much just trying to fit in a bubble of what I see other people doing, trying to take their ideas and twist it and make it my own. But it doesn't always work out that way. And I kind of feel like once I started to realize that I am a brand, I do have talent, I do have something that I can pretty much stand on my own, it was taking the time of me learning how to break up with all the fears that I have in my head to get to where I am now. And once I started praying and asked God for showing me for my purpose, like actually showing me, like literally, not just praying about it, I asked him to start showing me. He started showing me that, hey, remember that little singing voice you have? You have that. Remember the time when you thought you wanted to write a book? Pick it back up. Ideas and stuff just started flooding out throughout my head. And the whole time of me just grasping and learning that I had to break up with fear because I I can't reach any of the goals that I want to if I'm scared to just put myself out there to be like, hey, this is what I'm going to do no matter what nobody says. I can't stop building up anxiety because my voice and what I have to say can reach others. I don't care if I only reach 2. My purpose is served on this earth. And the verse that really just stood out to me during this time is Matthew 17:20. And it says, he replied, because you have so little faith, truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can move mountains. Move from here to there and it will move. Nothing will be impossible. And what I took out of this verse is that the word quote unquote mountains was not like a physical mountain. It was all the fears that I had built up inside of me that told me that I can't do it. So right here, right now, I'm divorcing fear and just taking those steps out to walk out on faith. And with breaking up with fear and my insecurities, I've come to realize that I don't have to be the most educated in the room or have to worry about somebody helping me to get where I need to be. But as long as I have faith the size of a mustard seed, my presence, when I walk into the room, you are going to know that I have been in the presence of Jesus and I'm where I need to be. No more lowering my standards and no more feeling like I have to be what man says I should be. My life may not be perfect. I don't have everything figured out, but with God, I can get there. So on this podcast, you can expect more of me just discussing my growth with God and learning more about myself. We're going to be hitting topics on motherhood, being a single woman, relationships, lots of topics going on throughout the city of Birmingham, like these reckless shootings, how we can do better as a community to try to end a lot of the Black-owned crime. We want to start talking about a lot of the local Black businesses that we have going out throughout the city. Try to focus more so on just growth as a whole, as a unit. I want to thank everybody that took the time out to listen to this, all the shares. I'm open to all your comments. Hit that DM. If you have anything else that you would like for me to speak on, feel free to reach out. You can hit me in my email at laquisha.wilson1@gmail.com or on Instagram at QTQWill. That's all I got for you today. I'm out. Deuces.